Hey, what's up, everybody? We're down here on the strip again with FSD 12.5.1.3 on a hardware 4 vehicle. And I've got my buddy Jason here with me. I'm going to be showing him how well the self-driving has improved. He's ridden it with me a few times throughout the 3 years I've been testing this. So first we're going to head down to the Wynn Hotel. Take me to the Wynn.
Kind of takes off in the parking lot, huh?
Yeah, it's really assertive on takeoffs, I've noticed with this version. But the parking lot behaviors are a lot more consistent.
When I did my driving test, I did that and I almost failed. Like that's too aggressive in a parking lot.
This is a strange behavior. We've got our right turn signal on, and the navigation is saying to go left.
Oh, and it looks like it's turning right. It's leaning right,
It is going to turn right. So we're going to see how it reroutes.
So it looks like it almost shows a different route than one. Oh, it's going to... Nope. Wait. It's changed right up here, then it's still going to U-turn.
Yeah.
It's like it's one step behind.
So it can... This is wide enough, it can make this U-turn if it does it tight enough.
So is the navigation like secondary to the cameras?
Yeah, I've been noticing that with this, with the 12.5 versions. It's like there's sometimes there's a disc, it needs to hold. So we can yield on this left for this U-turn, but it needs to wait for a big enough gap. Yeah, I've noticed it. Okay, this is a big enough gap. There it goes.
Oh, it's got to pull a little harder.
Go, 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 go. Okay.
It's cautious on those turns, huh?
It did it, but yeah, it was cautious. And now it needs to reroute again. There you go. So it recovered, but yeah, you can definitely see the disconnect between the AI software and the navigation. It's like the AI was wanting to do something completely different twice.
That's interesting. It does better though. I remember, I want to say like second or third time we went out and tried to do like a roundabout and it didn't do very well on that.
Yeah, I had to hit the brakes and take over on that one. I can't remember what version that was. That might have been in the 10s actually.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago. Yeah, even in that moment I was kind of bummed because it mostly did those well, but it's like you got to watch out for those few scenarios where it's not catching something.
I forget about all the stuff that's over here. Never go down the back roads.
Yeah, that's a cool thing about testing these versions down here on the strip is I'm getting to see a lot of like different areas I've never gone down. Usually I don't take these back roads. I'll just take the main, Flamingo or Tropicana and get to the place. So we've got a yield for a left turn here with a lot of traffic. So we'll see, it hasn't really got us into the intersection, but I don't think we'll get a green light here. So we probably need to at least get up into the intersection and then be the last to turn if it goes red.
Will it do that on its own?
It will. So now it sees a gap and it pulls us out into it, but it won't go. So it's like, it'll do that when it sees like a smaller opportunity, but sometimes it'll just stay back there.
Now, if it's out and then it turns red, it'll go, or is it try to...
It'll go, yeah.
Okay.
That was something I used to have to push it through sometimes. But yeah, as soon as it opened up, you can see,
Does it see that? Oh, it does. I thought it was going to hit that median.
It does a fairly good job with speed bumps too. We'll encounter some of those throughout. So like, I think every once in a while it'll hit one like at 15 miles per hour, which is a little fast for them, but it's usually about the max that I'll see. We'll go over them.
Can it handle itself in parking garages?
I've seen that. I haven't really tested parking garages too much.
I can see that could be confusing. There's not really a map laid out for it. It's all camera then.
Yeah, I've seen it not on like a huge level where you're like 4 levels up and it goes through the exit for all 4. That was a little bit of a harsh break on that red light on this line.
It was. It seems like it does better with lanes. I remember the first time, the very, very first time he took me out, and I had to turn right, and it was like 4 lanes over to the left when it got right before the light, and then it started like trying to eke over little by little, foot by foot.
That'll still happen sometimes. You'll have like 0.1 miles before a right turn, you'll be in the left lane. It'll still do that sometimes, but it's way more natural now. It'll just like put the blinker on and cut across all of them to get over. But yeah, it is a lot better on lane selection now. For the most part, it definitely gets over not real early, because it's also really good about minding the time it takes to get to the place too. So it's really good at not getting stuck behind a long line of cars or slow vehicles. So it's like finding that right balance is kind of interesting.
Cool.
Okay, we've got pedestrians crossing here, but if we go quick enough, it'll go. Oh. We've got some here that it needs to stop for.
I did a good job.
Yep.
I was worried it's going to be aggressive, just come around that corner like wham.
It's really good with pedestrians, like people walking or people getting near the vehicle. I've never had any encounters where I was nervous where it wasn't going to stop for a person. At least, especially not since probably even version 11. We got a little tight squeeze here, but I don't think it should go for it.
It doesn't look like it's considering it, so.
No, it's not even trying to.
Almost feel like it for a second, like it's thinking about it.
Yeah, now it is. The wheel's turning and the brake is clicking. So it looks like it's preparing to start thinking about it, but it knows it can't fit there quite yet.
Has it ever honked its horn at someone? Like, move up.
No.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
So
it would be. I wonder if that'll ever become a feature. You know, like somebody stopped at a green light in front of you and honking.
The guy behind us honking.
We'll get honked at a lot. We'll get honked at even at red lights. People are crazy out here.
Do they? I know they have like all those mods you can add to it. They have like a, what's that car from Knight Rider? Kit. They have like a Kit mod where you can like make it talk like Kit.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Like, hey, move out.
I think you know, have you heard of the Grok AI? It's the AI that's built into the X app.
Okay.
I think there might be a point where that gets integrated into the cars.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Wasn't he using the AI from here to do his robots?
Yeah, Tesla makes the AI for the robots as well. Yeah. I believe they're all trained end-to-end as well, so it's going to be very similar, probably very similar training models. Okay, once we turn in here, I'll end the destination and we'll put in the New York, New York. Take me to the New York, New York.
Do you know when it started allowing you to do that while you're driving? Because I know for a while, like it would only let you when you're stopped to add just trips on the self-driving.
To change the route?
To like name a trip for self-driving. I remember I want to say one of the first few times you did it, like we couldn't like drive instead. Like you had to be stopped and then you could say the destination for self-driving for it to go to.
I'm not sure I remember that. So now, look, it needs to be cautious for these people. So it's being real slow going around them. That's good. We're going. No, we're going through.
You're leaving?
Yeah, we're leaving.
Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
Don't make me touch this accelerator pedal. I don't want to intervene.
If I thought you're rude, you're driving away while he's talking to you, Tim.
Yeah, so I caught it in time this time. We got a route on Las Vegas Boulevard, so that'll be good. See how well it does.
So whenever it displays the map in the upper right, does it only do that when it's in self-driving mode? It's like a small little part of your map. See, like the navigation map.
You can switch it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you can go, you can do this and kind of see. You can even like move this around and
Just
see
like a normal
things
one.
and change it, add things. But then this is something they added recently this year, is when you go full screen, they kind of fade in the map right there. So it's really nice. Otherwise, I used to have to like open that up and then
Oh,
see like where am I at? What's the next turn? Because it'll give you these turns, like your upcoming turns. But it's nice to see on the map, like, okay, it's 2 streets up.
and this is the traffic right here.
Yeah, so you can see where the heavy spots are
I think it's gonna
on
take.
the trip.
I think it's gonna take 26 minutes to go 2 miles.
Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, Jay.
No, we're good. We're good. I got nothing going on.
That's
Like walking speed.
Yeah. You got a Cybertruck.
So it doesn't try to pull all the way to the line all the time.
Hmm?
Like it seems like it's a good 4 or 5 feet behind the line. Like sometimes they'll kind of stop.
Yeah, it's for the most part it gets right up to the line, but it's not going to be exact every time. It must have just been. I mean, you can see it sees where the line is.
Yeah.
So I
And
think it just saw it's just being cautious because the red. Maybe I don't know. It still kind of has a little bit of a mind of its own.
Wow, it's kind of self-centered too. Look, it's the only light that has, or the only car that has lights on it. It's the only bright one.
So we're gonna get the green, but we gotta deal with pedestrians here. Okay. Now we can go.
If you can see it over here. You see right there, Campo Gaucho, right next to Maggiano signs.
Oh, I see it. Yeah. So that's the spot, huh?
Oh, it's good. When you want to spend a little bit of money and go have some Texas barbecue, Brazilian barbecue, it's so good. Brazilian steakhouse.
Yeah, I'll have to go check it out.
Okay, the words are in there, I just can't think of them.
Do you know of any events going on down here tonight? It seems a little bit heavy traffic for this early on a Friday.
Well, it's 3-day weekend, so a lot of people come from California.
That's
this
probably
weekend.
right. Yeah, Labor Day weekend. Yeah, usually I try to come down here around 10 p.m. or so, or at least start at 10 p.m. to like 11:30. That's when it's pretty hectic on the strip.
Yeah. Remember they used to do the pirate shows in those? That was cool.
Yeah. They don't do that anymore?
They haven't done it for years, or at least I haven't seen it done in years. I'm pretty sure they stopped. Probably wasn't worth the money having actors out there all the time.
Yeah, you can see the Mirage all dark now.
That's weird. I have to look and see what they're doing with it. So these screens get much better quality than they used to have down here. You see like each pixel. Now they're like crystal clear.
Yeah. It's crazy good now.
Yeah. It does well with the traffic. See, I think for me that'd be like the biggest benefit is not having to stop and go in traffic. The car could just do all that for me. On the highway I don't mind, but this drives me crazy.
Okay, the car is moving into another lane to get up ahead. But we do have a right turn coming up, so this will be good. We'll see how well it merges back over to the right when we get up there.
Tim, that right turn's 20 minutes away, man.
Well, I guarantee the street's gonna look like this up there. This Carnival Court, remember that?
Oh yeah, that's always a good time.
Yeah, we always went down there.
They got other stuff too. I wonder what this is. Spiegel World does that. They're the ones that do the Absinthe show. Have you guys seen Absinthe?
No.
Oh, Absinthe is one of the best shows on the strip, man. but it's like a variety show, but it's like adult themed. Pretty soon you're in lockdown, man.
Yeah, when the baby comes.
Yeah. Shoot, by the time the baby's driving, we'll have to ever learn how to drive, huh?
Yeah. Hell, yeah, definitely by the time that time. I mean, even our kids that are 16 right now are on the cusp. It's like they're learning, but they'll have this option soon.
Driving's gonna be a dying skill set, huh?
Guess like riding a horse.
Right? Oh. How's it do with like stuff like that? Like someone's like come across, does it handle that pretty well?
Yeah, cars and merging, it does it really well. Yeah. It also is really good now. It's very assertive in like zipper merging and getting itself in. Like it'll initiate itself kind of like a human would. Like I just start putting my nose in to get into a spot.
And then let's go.
Like this guy, you can see he's doing that.
Yep.
About to get hit right there.
He
But
doesn't know
now he's done it enough that he can get in now.
He doesn't know how aggressive these taxi drivers are, huh? Like they don't care. They run you off.
They
the
really
road.
don't. So far, not too much action. It's just kind of cruising along, but we might catch something. I think when we come back by to go towards the sphere, I think there's a lane closure at one point, so it kind of gets a little fun there.
Hey, I told you, man. For me, handling traffic this well is a big deal.
Yeah, and the fact that it's hands-free now, I just have to keep my eye on the road. I can just sit here and chat and let it do its thing. All right. Slowly going through another light. This is the last major street before the Tropicana, which we need to turn right on. So from here on out, we'll need to slowly start. It would be good if it slowly started making its way over to the right, but we'll see how late it delays that. Catch a lot of street performers out here too, screaming.
Represented a huge group around them. We might catch that Bellagio fountain right now, huh?
Maybe 3 minutes, maybe.
The rate we're going at. It's like the one time traffic speeds up. Have you guys been to this beer park over here?
No.
On the left. That's a nice place to watch the Bellagio fountain because it's outside right here. They have some decent beer selection, but you can just like sit there at the patio. They have like not like the best food, but you know, basic burger,
Basic bar food.
yeah, basic bar food. But they have a really good beer selection. You just watch the Bellagio fountain.
Yeah, that's a great location for that.
Huh?
That's cool. I know Jen wants to go to the what is it, Brew Dogs?
Yeah. You guys haven't been yet?
No, we haven't been, but definitely want to check that out.
On podcast, they're talking about that Bazaar meat being good. I mean, that Bazaar meat is good, but they keep talking about it being one of the best steakhouses in the world. It's like that's legitimate. Oh, what was that about?
I don't know if maybe it's the light refraction or something made it think that there's something up there, and it wiped. It'll do a dry wipe every once in a while.
I think we just literally missed the show. Like I think it's starting right now. Go right past it.
You think what?
We just missed the fountain show.
Oh, the fountain show just started?
Yeah,
That's
that was-
hilarious. Okay, we've got a car with a blinker here. So if they try to come over, the car will let them over. We'll just have to see. They'll have to assert themselves. Like that. See, that car's really getting over. But we'll have to get over at least one to the right, I believe.
I'm surprised how it shows like the brake lights. I'm surprised it doesn't show the blinker on there if it's something that's picking up. Like it doesn't show on the screen.
So all the okay.
Oh no, he ain't letting him
He
over.
wasn't assertive enough, so the car went up ahead. He'll have to go behind us, which should give us an opportunity to get over to the right if we're gonna do. I think he turned his off, but we should get over to the right here, right now.
Does it wait the
We
100
have
feet
an
away?
opportunity. Do it. Do it.
Does it try to stay 100 feet away from intersections or change lanes? So,
I don't know. It's random. Sometimes it's really good about doing it early. Sometimes it doesn't.
maybe it's gonna go the back way to New York, go up to Tropicana and around.
It is going to Tropicana and around. But that's coming up right up here.
It'd be fun to drive down between Park and New York when they have like a Golden Knights game going on down there. Like right when it's kicking off. See the bands walking around.
So it's because we're not right up at the car ahead of us, it seems like it's thinking about where it wants to get over. But I'm not seeing a lot of, you'll see the cars turn blue when it starts thinking about it.
Oh, really?
There's the turn signal. Alright, so it handled that pretty well. We just need to get over one more.
I didn't wait till last second.
So real smooth. I mean, we didn't need to worry, even though I'm used to that. Okay, it needs to get over one more here.
Oh,
So it did that last second.
I think I thought I had more time and I saw those cars all
Yeah,
last second. It's like,
It looks like it was trying to understand which one was.
where its gap was.
Yeah. But it got in there.
I don't think I've ever been to the Hershey's Chocolate World before. Remember we used to have the Coke thing over here in the showcase, and they had like the 100 tastes of the world or whatever.
Yeah, I remember that right next to the movie theater.
Yeah. I remember like, man, how can people think that tastes good? Some of that part's disgusting.
And you go and watch a show about the origins of Coke or something.
Started with cocaine. See, I didn't know that they're ripping down. Someone was saying like, oh, I want to go look at. Well, my cousin's in town. His daughter wanted to go see, because she's a huge Killers fan. She wanted to go see the Tropicana, and we drove down there. I was like, oh, I guess they're tearing it down.
Yeah, they've got it all stripped out now. It looks like it's almost ready for demolition.
Yeah, they tore everything out.
Yeah, you can see it especially during the daytime. It's just the skeleton.
Yeah, you can
of
see
it
right
now.
through the building. One I'm always surprised about is like the Circus and Excalibur. Like I remember loving Excalibur as a kid. Like go watch like what they call the Kingdoms tournament or something, the King's tournament,
King Arthur's tournament.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised that one's outlasted Tropicana and Mirage. That really blows my mind.
It blows my mind too. I want them to allow it to honk. I wonder how often it would honk.
We got sirens now, so we'll have to watch out for that.
How's it do with lights and emergency vehicles?
I'll have to take over.
So it doesn't recognize them.
No, yeah, that's not something that handles yet. So if I can see that they're coming right now.
When it navigates, do you know if it uses like any of the back cameras, like the reverse the camera? Or anything
It
like
uses
that?
all the cameras for driving. Yeah.
How's it gonna do with that sign? Oh, I handle that just fine.
Oh yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's doing a good job. Just need to make sure it doesn't try to go around these vehicles here, because it looks like everybody's jam-packed trying to go right here. It's always going through the New York entrance is always interesting too, because there'll be other cars dropping off and people walking. So we'll see how it goes through there. And then we'll head to the sphere, and that usually takes us around through those inner roads towards like the T-Mobile arena and all that. And then we'll come out and head towards the sphere. Everything else should be fairly quick. This is like the crazy packed area.
Yeah. Oh, ever since they started playing over the F1 race, Tropicana has been horrible. Used to be a good road to drive down.
Mm-hmm.
Thousands of people walking across the race.
I still think I wouldn't drive though. I definitely would want to get dropped off and picked up.
Yeah, if you're gonna have some drinks and stuff, might as well.
Yeah. It'd be nice when these cars can just take us there and then go home.
It would be nice. We'll go find a cheaper parking lot, go to Walmart,
Yeah.
hang out,
Yeah.
call you when it's time. Have you tried that self-parking feature with it at all?
Yeah, that's the only way I park now, is self-parking.
So it's like you pull up the front door, he's like, all right, go on your own, and it goes park itself?
Oh no, that's coming soon. That's going to be called Banish. And okay, let me end our trip. Take me to the sphere. Take me to the sphere. There you go. Got it on the second time.
You're like an enunciate there, huh? You're like, sphere.
Sphere.
Get that PH sound in there.
Okay, this. Let's see what routes we got. That might be a better route. Well, it's saying heavy traffic, so let's go this way. Actually, that's a new route. We'll test it out.
Let's see what happens. It's been a long time since I've been to New York front entrance.
Yeah. I forgot it was all like colorful like this.
Yeah. And like on the inside, then it has like that gold like you'd expect from like a nice hotel in New York. Like where about the doors and stuff. It does a pretty good job, like staying on top of things so people can't squeeze in too much.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it'll let this guy in now if he's assertive, and so it'll stop for them.
Just gotta start moving.
Yeah, and then it'll watch out for these people. If they start crossing, then it'll let them. If they don't show any intention to move like they did right there, it'll just continue going. So it does a really good job. It does a good job at realizing what vehicles are like stopped and to go this way instead of
Trying to stay on the
getting
right.
stuck behind them.
Yeah, forever.
Yeah, I mean, it really blows my mind at how well it does on this version, and it's just going to get better with each new model. So this is 12.5.
Uh-huh.
It's actually 12.5.1.3, but once it switches over to 12.6, that's basically like a whole new train model, kind of like from the ground up. And so each iteration of those are like the big leaps in performance. Yeah.
Doing much better than the first time I got anything. First time was a little scary.
So this is 2 lanes. We should just be able to go, and it's handling that really well. We've got that guy's cutting in, and it didn't get tripped up by that. So yeah, still haven't had to take over or anything yet. It's done it all.
It's doing really well. Especially back here. Oh, here we go. We're gonna have a stop sign and a person directing traffic. I wonder how this is gonna go. Oh.
Okay, he's waving us on. So I'm gonna tap the accelerator there.
So you just have to get it past him and then it takes over again?
So they closed this off. So this is interesting. It's gonna have to reroute here.
That's good. It's a good learning experience.
Yeah.
So,
So it handled that perfectly well. The only thing I had to do is, because of that stop sign and that guy there, that's something I've noticed and I've kind of marked a few times, is it it can't understand when it's at a stop sign and the traffic controller's waving it on. I mean, if they stay out of the way, it'll go again. It's just I'm not going to hold up traffic when there's this many people there, you know.
Yeah.
So I didn't necessarily need to like tap that pedal.
So it's different now, though. So when you tap it, it doesn't just shut it down. It just moves forward, and when you take it off, it just continues back the way that it was doing.
Yeah, as soon as I let off the pedal, then it takes back over. As long as I have any amount of force on the pedal, I'm controlling the speed and braking. So like if I slow the pedal back, it starts slowing down. And then as soon as I fully let off, the car will take over on its own.
How does it do, like, let's say this, how you're on the wrong side of the road, even though it's cones. If there's no cars in front of it, does it confuse it more? Like, let's say there's no cars here for it, because it's kind of falling like a car, you know?
Lead cars definitely help, but no, it pretty much understands what it needs to do. I've had it go through construction where it was just me, and it was putting us all the way into the left lane, and it handled that just fine. So this is great. I mean, we had a whole area shut down, a whole area of mapping that wasn't really understood, and was able to just kind of flow through.
It was nice. There's things that sign as a car, but, you know.
I've seen some ghost people on the screen too sometimes.
Oh man, it's gotta be those ghost people, gotta love that. Like, see, it's real. Tesla can see it. I remember one time, me and this coworker were gonna go have a drink with another coworker we didn't know very well, and they started talking about a few hours in about ghosts and stuff, like how they have proof of it. I'm like, oh cool. Like I have a tool that finds. I'm like, okay. They pull up one of those apps on their iPhone, like, see right there, it shows a ghost right there. I'm like, oh, you believe this is real, don't you? And they really did. Like, it does a great job. I wonder what's going on today.
Yeah, some kind of event. They really had this closed down. So I'm kind of curious what the new route's going to be.
It's going to go all through the back.
Okay.
You routed the whole entire route, huh?
Yeah. So we'll let it do its thing. We'll see how it does. So we've got this car stopping us now. If we get a gap in traffic, it'll go around. Let them through.
It don't seem like that's what's about to happen.
It does not.
Well, there it goes. There you go. You did a good job. We'll try to get back in the same lane? Yeah, it will. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's very human-like with the way it handles situations now.
It is much closer, that's for certain.
Like, it's very assertive. As soon as it saw even enough gap to get its nose out there to let the other people know to slow down, it'll do that.
I wonder if they'll ever let it communicate with other Teslas.
A lot of people have talked about that or asked about that. There might be some benefit, but you really don't want a self-driving system to be reliant on connections and network connections and things like that. So everything it's doing right now none of it is done through a network connection or any API. It's all done through inference on its own computer. So if everything's blacked out, it still is going to be able to handle whatever situation it's in.
Which is great to have, but like if you had the addition of that, like let's say you have two Teslas next to each other, they can like tell each other, like, oh, you go fast,
yeah.
And like you're like, they make decisions together.
I think at the point that they would be able to either financially or through hardware advancements be able to make that happen easier, I think at that point the AI inference would just be so good that it's a moot at that point. It wouldn't be needed. But I can't predict the future. Who knows? We'll see.
It's never what you think it's going to be.
We've been going about 45 minutes now. No takeovers. It's handled everything, including rerouting.
Yeah, that last part was pretty good.
So I was gonna do the Sphere and then head down to Fremont Street, but we'll probably just head back after the Sphere.
So I'm in no rush, man. If you want to go to the Fremont weekend.
I've only got so much. I can do about an hour and 20, hour 30 minutes on video.
And then it cuts out.
Yeah, it's my storage limitation.
It's cool to have this mount on the roof, though. It works out well.
Yeah, it's a real easy setup. A lot more people are doing it too. I'm watching a lot of new people film in different areas in different cities. It's really cool.
Is the camera attached to the Tesla in some way? I'm just because that's this like little record looking thing down here.
Oh no, that's YouTube Music.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, those are just apps. It's like this one. If I tap that right now, that's the it'll take a snapshot of like the last 15 minutes of driving. So like if something happens, I can make a recording, and then like if there's a wreck or something dangerous or whatever, I'll make a little snapshot of it, and then I can have a recording of all the different camera views of that. Okay, we'll see if it can insert itself. It is. It's good.
Is it planning to take a ride up here?
Looks like it.
The map and the roads aren't matching up, though.
It's that second light. It's gonna go right up.
Oh, it's way up there. Up here it makes it look like it's much closer.
Mm-hmm. So we gotta watch this guy. He might cut in. No. Alright.
So he's doing Uber Eats on a bicycle. It's a good workout.
Yeah. So yeah, even because that strange reroute that it did, because of that closed section, it's like I'm getting to see all these different ways to get there now, different back roads.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool. Eventually, I'll probably go down all of these back roads. I think we can go ahead and get in this right turn lane, so we'll see how soon it does that.
Yeah, there's plenty of space.
I'm not sure. There we go.
I heard you talking, Tim. Oh,
no,
it doesn't like it.
It self-corrected. It knew
Well,
that was
because
wrong.
it wasn't
And
right.
see, that human did the same thing up there. They thought that was it connected. So
Yeah, we all
very,
did.
very human-like, the behavior of how it can get itself out of incorrect decisions.
That's much, much better than it used to be. So has your car got a name yet?
Delamain.
Delamain, huh?
Yep. So it's got the blinker on, but it looks like we're in a straight lane. So we'll have to see what happens here.
It does look like we're in a straight lane. It did it.
Oh, I almost had to take over there. That was great. I was a split second from taking over because that would have been an illegal move. It would have been fine. We would have just turned into that right turn lane. There was an actual lane there.
Yeah.
But I don't want to let it do those things. And so now it's rerouting us through the inner streets of the Treasure Island.
To tell you the truth, making a left there would have been the most human thing it would have done.
Yeah,
I always
that's
consider
true.
like just go for it.
That would have been a lot more human for sure. But I'm glad it, in a way, I'm glad it didn't, because you don't, like, those are things that we want to correct with self-driving.
I agree.
You know?
And now it has another back way. It has to figure out which it's doing a good job so far.
Yep.
Oh, dang. That's a tight U-turn for a minivan. I wonder how many Teslas are named Tessie. Like, that's gonna be the most common Tesla name.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, I named this one Delamain. It's so in the game Cyberpunk,
Mm-hmm.
there are these
Oh, it does take a little rough.
yeah, those are kind of big ones. We actually, is a decent speed. It's just these are insane. You can see all the cars going wild over them. 5 miles per hour is good. I mean, this one's even really getting low.
Oh,
We've got pedestrians here, so it's going to stay here. It's really good at pedestrians at crosswalks and dealing with intent. So like they're in the crosswalk, but they're facing the other way. So it just knew to go ahead and go. But yeah, in that Cyberpunk game, there's there are these. Okay, it stopped at a green light. I didn't touch anything. Interesting. So that's behavior I saw with Hardware 3 recently on 12.5.
I don't think that was a bad decision, though. That's a weird angle to come at. Maybe it's concerned about other vehicles.
I guess. I mean, I think a slowdown would have been okay and appropriate, but not
Not a full stop.
a full stop. Yeah.
Maybe it takes a little bit longer.
But I
to
thought that was a regression with 12.5 on hard. See it stopping for this car. That's good.
Yeah.
I thought that was a regression on Hardware 3 with 12.5, but it actually did that. So that might just be a 12.5 little bug.
Well, maybe it's not a bug. Maybe they've had accidents in intersections that they can't see, and they're
Well,
just allowing
caution is definitely not a bug, and there might have been something in that intersection that we didn't see. So you're right, there could have been something there.
Well, you had those trees, so until you come up to the intersection, you couldn't see anything at all. I wonder if it's just like it was just scared of not being able to see what was the left or right sides, people.
I guess, but you also need to treat the directional intersection lights as a truth as well. So it's like, I get slowing, but I mean, you're gonna have to go out there into it to see anyways, right? So a full stop, yeah. But I'll have to go back and rewatch that and see if there was anything there that jumps out.
Storm, huh?
Yeah, I've been seeing the same ones over and over. It's nice to see a new one every once in a while.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what this one is.
Some type of commercial or
An ad.
advertisement.
The Eagles.
Oh, they must be coming.
Oh yeah, the Eagles are coming, I think. That would be a cool show.
I've heard it's really cool in there. Just everything's so expensive.
Yeah, it's Vegas.
I wonder how much a power bill in that thing is every day.
Oh yeah, that would be crazy to learn. Is it January?
December through January it looks like.
It looks like that. Come see the Eagles in Vegas.
I'd love to see the Eagles. Tim's paying for us all to go. Yeah, they're having that UFC fight here on Mexican Independence Day, and they're supposed to use like the whole outside to like show a bunch of interesting stuff. I'd be curious to drive around.
Yeah, that's one of the screens I've seen on the Sphere recently is the UFC promo.
I wonder how good the resolution on the inside is.
It must be more high def, right?
Oh, it's gotta be higher def than that. I mean, from a distance it looks fine, but up close you're like, oh my goodness.
Have you been down here to the sphere yet? Or like to come look at it?
I haven't like purposely come to look at it. I've seen it. I've driven past it like this to see it, and seen it, you know. And I've watched. The most I've seen is actually at the airport. When I fly out of Spirit's gates, you can see this. And when I'm waiting out, sometimes I'm kind of checking and see if they got anything new on it. I know when it first came out, everybody thought it was really cool, the faces and the waking up in the morning.
So this is good. We got a lot of people that pull over to the right here, but it's good about knowing to get around them.
Oh, I was wondering what they're doing. They're just here to see the sphere.
Yeah, they're just parking to look at it for a little bit. All right, I guess I'll have it take us towards Fremont, because that's towards back our area, if that's fine. You all right with that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and end the trip, and we'll head over to Fremont Street Experience. Take me to the Fremont Street Experience.
With how limited they are on their videos, I bet you if somebody made some cool videos and just send them to them, they'd probably put them up because they have nothing else to put up. Like, hey, you don't have any ads? Throw my junk up there. There's a lot of people come watch it, huh?
Yeah. So stopping for this person, but they have no intent to cross. So
It's thinking. Oh, it's almost like a creep to see them.
It's usually more assertive in that situation where they're just standing there, but maybe they were so close to the crosswalk that it was just being a little extra cautious.
And they were leaning forward too, but you could see, like, it seemed like they could almost move forward to see the front of them. Like, it was interesting. You wanted to see more of them before it made a decision. Have you been on the high roller yet?
Yeah, I've been on that a few times. That's fun.
Do their little happy half hour?
No, I haven't done anything like that, but I've gone just up in it, I think twice with family.
If you want to have a few drinks real fast, man, it's happy half hour. It's all, you know, you pay a little extra and it's free, and the bartender will sit there and just throw, whoever wants them, he's like, who's here to drink, you know? Like, fast, like, come on, what's taking so long? Like, they're out there.
That's hilarious.
Because they want to make their tips, you know?
Oh, yeah.
They got 30 minutes to get
Makes sense.
drinks and make some tips.
All right, it's all clear. We can make this right turn. I don't know what the next... Looks like we're going to be making a right, or no, a left. So this is a good lane. This is perfect, the perfect lane.
That's a good lane choice.
Yeah, I've had it mess up here, and went around on accident, and then self-corrected and pulled over into the underground for the Venetian and made it through all that crazy under garage stuff and got out by the entrance. So it did really well with that. It's just like multi-level. I haven't really tested that. I probably should go do a test of that. Is like go to like a 4-level parking garage and go up to the top and see
Have it drive you out.
Yeah, what it does, if it'll actually attempt it.
Especially the very top level, probably confusing for it to find that exit out, you know?
That first exit,
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be a really good test, is testing multi-level parking garages. I might do that this weekend, actually.
Some of those parking garages in Vegas is real complicated. I have trouble figure out how to get them out. You know, when they start closing up certain areas, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
that's not an exit. Where am I going next?
Or airport parking, yeah, that's another good
Oh.
test. Those are pretty interesting to get out of.
I'm not a fan. I'll tell you to confuse it. Get on the top of long-term parking until Terminal 1 until it goes down to zero parking. It's like this weird little ramp you have to get to it. It took me a while to find it because I couldn't find the parking. I kept on getting to the exit and just go to zero, and I couldn't find it. But it's like either have to come from the full outside or you have to find this little special ramp.
Yeah. I mean, I really don't expect it to do well, and I honestly think that is a very low priority on the training list, because I think the main goal is to be able to have a lot of front drop off and pick up, you know.
Makes sense.
Like have your even if it's your own vehicle, I mean, I guess you could send it to go find a parking spot in
Has to go somewhere, right?
some high-rise parking, but yeah. But I could also see a lot of people just especially if it's a long event, just sending it home and then
screw that, man.
Having it come back and get you.
Tell it to make you some money. Like, go Uber for a while, come
Oh,
back.
that's another thing. Yeah, there will be the robotaxi network that you can just put it in, have it go make money. You know.
I feel like we've seen those people's pants before. It's unique pants. I feel like they just walked by 30 minutes ago when we're coming the other way.
That's hilarious. That would be wild if it was the same group.
All right. Oh, here, look at the sphere too. I'm like, everybody's watching us and they're videotaping your car.
So when it's clear, you can feel it. Like it's very comfortable with. It's not slow. It doesn't get up and go.
Yeah.
I thought for a second it wasn't going to stop at that yellow. It's almost like it thought about it for a second, but it caught it.
I was like in that cusp, you know. Either decision probably would have been okay. It probably would have just missed the light though.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you'd really get pulled over for that, but it would be close. We would be probably just into that crosswalk when it went red. Yeah, it's not. I really started once we got to these new versions that are really good. That's where I really started. Just it's not so stressful down here anymore. I definitely have to pay attention because it can mess up and watch out for crazies, but it makes it fun and kind of get to sit here and just chill and check out all the sights and makes you feel like you're getting out downtown again.
Yeah. It's nice that it handles traffic this well though, you know. Like I said, the stop and go is what drives me crazy.
Yeah, I mean, for the average person that doesn't even have the full self-driving, just with autopilot on the freeways, like going home from work on freeways, that is a game changer. I mean, you just click it on and basically it'll just stay in your lane, but you don't have to do anything until you need to move lanes. But with full self-driving, and right now it's $100 a month. We pay $100 for a subscription for gens right now, but $100 a month for your car to drive you everywhere 100%. I mean, it's really not that bad of a deal.
It's not that bad. Do they still let you buy it up front? Like just pay the full amount?
Yeah, and that price has dropped quite a bit as well. So it got all the way up to 15,000. It got all the way up to 15,000 at one point. Now it's back down to 8,000 for you to buy it outright. I would be tempted to do 8,000, but it just depends. It depends on how long you're going to have the car, you know. And it also depends on, you know, if you get lucky, if they're going to have like a transfer. I was able to transfer FSD from my original 2019 Model 3 into this one for free. They had a promo, so with that, I saved a ton of money.
Do you know if they're gonna do this same thing to the Y that they did to the 3?
They are. It's called Juniper, is the code name for the new refresh model. But yeah, that should be coming out next year, early next year, I think, or sometime next year maybe.
I like that some of the, like having the screen in the back is nice.
Yeah, it's gonna get rid of the turn stalks. It's gonna have like the upgraded steering wheel. It has the upgraded, especially if I were to get a performance model, it has the upgraded seats that have cooling and heating, and they're ventilated. It's got, like you said, it's got that rear screen. I think the trunk is going to be a lot different. The front and headlights are different. I think even upgraded suspension and certain things. So altogether, just get a lot better. Even the ride noise is a lot better. I mean, the ride noise in this is perfectly fine for me, but I mean, if it gets better than this, that's even wilder, you know?
After watching your video the other day, YouTube starts popping up Tesla videos from you, you know?
Yeah.
So they had one where it was like the new Model 3 performance against the original Model 3 performance. And they're talking about they were in the UK, and they said the UK battery was smaller, so the horsepower was less. I thought that was interesting. I was like, I wonder why they did that.
Oh, that is interesting. I don't know. I'll have to look into that. I know there's different batteries. I think for I'm not sure about the new refresh ones, but I know that some of them will use like an LFP battery structure, which those are, I don't think they're as powerful, but they also have, you can charge to 100% every time without the big hit on degradation. But then the performance models use the nickel based, I believe, which are, allow a lot more power surging through. That's I'm not a battery expert, so from the little reading I've done, that seems to be why they still have those in the performance models.
Makes sense.
If you know better, please correct me in the comments.
Oh, I forget people might listen to this, huh?
Yeah. we are making a video.
Just driving around with the little clip thing on my shoulder, on my shirt.
I appreciate you coming, man. It's really good to see your reflection on how it's changed over the years.
Oh, it's compared to that first one, it's a huge difference. The very, very first time was scary.
So if let's say you had a Tesla, and you had the software or whatever, would you use it all the time?
Well, if you had it, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, I can't think of any trips that I don't use it on. I with my current stats, I can see, since I have Tesla insurance, I can see the exact amount of miles that I use it versus not use it for the past month or forever.
That's cool.
And I use it about 99% of the time. So that there's that 1% where I'm like pulling into certain parking lot areas or drive-throughs or little things like that, or rerouting. But
I don't know if it'd be worth $8,000 to me though. Now, if I didn't have to pay attention to the road, it'd be worth $8,000 every day, all day. But with having to still have to pay attention and all this stuff, like, I'm not sure it's quite worth $8,000 for me at the moment, you know.
But $100 a month.
Even that, I don't know.
Okay, interesting.
It's for me, like I said, if I didn't have to pay attention and if I could like park and do some like those extra features are coming down the road, I think then yeah. But like right now,
they'll be here really soon. So it's even in the release notes right now that we will have the new upgraded Smart Summon and Banish, which that's where you can have your car come to you from a parking spot or send it to a parking spot.
that'd be cool.
As well as, I believe when that comes out, it should be soon around there, where it'll just park at destinations on its own. Right now, it'll do it randomly, pull into a parking spot, but it won't. It's not like perfectly aligned. I don't think it's really refined yet, and it'll front pull in. But it'll be nice when you get to a destination and it'll just like find a parking spot and back in. But it has an auto park feature right now, that where you're driving through and it shows you on the screen, it'll show you all the parking spots.
Mm-hmm.
And you can just tap one and then hit park there, and it'll park into it. It's really,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, it's really that was a new upgrade with their new Vision suite that really enhanced auto parking.
Yeah, I heard that the cameras almost make it, when it comes to the parking lot, it's like a bird eye view or whatever, 360 view, however you want to consider it, when they show like the lines and everything else.
It's kind of like a heat map thing with, and it'll show everything. It's kind of blobby. It'll show the cars and certain things, but like poles or something like something that's like an obstruction in a parking spot or anything like that, it'll show as kind of like a blob. And as you get closer, it gets like orange and red, and so you really know, okay, be careful near this. But yeah, it's interesting. So you think that once it can drop you off at the front, let's say you get to a destination, you get out and it'll go park itself, come back to you, and then do all the drive, that's at that point you think it would be worth $8,000?
Maybe.
What's
my real thing is where I don't have to focus on the road. If it can just do the real self-driving, I don't have to pay attention, then that's worth $8,000 to me. If I can,
so right now it's called full self-driving supervised.
Yeah.
So once they get to unsupervised, where you can just sit and watch something on the screen or
watch
on
videos or do work, if I could do some work or whatever, if I don't have to focus, that'd be nice.
It might be more than $8,000 at that point.
Maybe. I mean, I bet you the reason they lowered it is because they're like, you guys are also like they're testers, right? You're improving it. And here, less people are probably buying it. They're like, you know, what, we need more information. Let's lower back down.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird thing because we're not like official testers. We are customers, but we're huge. Anybody that uses it as much as us, we kind of consider that because we're excited about testing it. But it's more like just kind of an assistant, driver assist software. So you kind of just have to use it like that. Like it's doing almost everything for you, but you need to be there to, you know, take over when it can't do the thing.
But here's the question for you. This is the most important question. How, Tim, are you going to feel when you realize that you contributed to Elon Musk taking over the world? All the AI, he's got the Starlink, he's got his robots coming. I don't know, man. You're just training the tanks for the future that are going to take you over.
Yeah, I don't have a fearful conspiratorial mind.
I don't either. I'm just saying, if you're watching some movies, who's going to be the supervillain and be Elon Musk? Everybody loves him. He's famous. People think he's really cool. That's just like every other movie you watch when you have the supervillain. And then all of a sudden, like, surprise, surprise.
So Iron Man was a supervillain?
Well, he could have been. I guess it depends what side you're on.
Well, Elon's definitely on the side of humanity, that's for sure.
That's what they all make it think. Whoa!
All right, and we just got our first curb from FSD. Actually, that's the second time, but that was the first major one. So I cut that pretty early. I'm going to disengage. Hit curb during left turn. So I sent that in, but yeah, it cut that left turn a little early and smacked that rear left tire.
Right when we were talking about Elon taking over the world.
Yeah.
Coincidence?
You probably saw it. Yeah.
Like, let's teach this guy a lesson.
That's hilarious. So what things has Elon done that makes you worried that he would be a supervillain?
I don't think he's a supervillain. I'm just saying if you line up with like what movies are, it's always like the guy that everybody loves and is popular. That's the guy in the end. But I'm saying if you're thinking about what it would take.
Well, I'm talking about real life supervillains. Movies are just movies.
I know. Hey man, I don't know if there's a real life supervillain like that.
Okay.
But I'm saying if you think about what it would take to take over the world, you wouldn't have internet connection across the world. You wouldn't have Starlink. You wouldn't have self-driving cars. You wouldn't have robots. You'd want people to have them all spread out, so you'd offer them at low cost. I mean, these are all things that you would like to happen if you're going to take over the world.
Okay, I've got to watch this. We've got a guy on a bike. It's a little tight lane here, but it handled that really well. The appropriate thing is to get over to the left, which it did.
It did too. All in all, makes some good decisions. What part of Fremont Street does it try to take you to?
Just the main road.
Does it try on Las Vegas Boulevard side, on Main Street side? Doesn't really seem to care.
It looks like it's, what are we on right now? Main. So yeah, it's going to do Main for us.
Does sometimes it take you to Las Vegas Boulevard side?
No, I think it always does Main for me. All right, so we're here. I'm going to have it take us over to 11th Street Records real quick, which is real close by, and then we'll end the video there. Take me to 11th Street Records.
So it's a car stopping for people. It does a good job.
Yeah.
that gold spike in a long time.
Yeah, long time.
Do you have a tag at the end?
My tag? What do you mean?
Like a tagline?
No.
You have to wrap with, what do they always say? Hit the button, press the thing,
No.
click the likes, ring the little bell thing. I forget what they say in those videos.
No, I don't do that dorky stuff.
And we're talking like parking off the strip sometimes and like walking. I'm like, you can't. I was like, you go a block or two past the strip and it's a whole different world.
It is a different world out there. Yep.
They do
Just a few streets off, and you can get into some rough areas.
Oh yeah, they do a good job of keeping the crime off the strip, but you go past there, they don't really care. It's not a tourist area.
Yeah, I mean, we're pretty much still in it. This is Fremont Street, but
I ain't walking over here.
like this here's the Atomic Bar. We've gone there.
Yeah. That is this little walk area right here is not too bad. I haven't been to Atomic Liquor in a while.
Okay, we've got an unprotected left here. It's waiting for a gap. There are people making a right turn, but it looks like it's looking at other vehicles past it. And it should go after this vehicle. Alright, well there you go. We're here.
Cool.
See if it pulls in. It's kind of just stopping. So we're at the destination here, 11th Street Records, and I'll just pull over here. So overall, it was a really good drive. We did a long drive today with a lot of traffic. Did not have to take over, although I did disengage at one point when we did kiss a median on a left turn right at the end there. So that was really the only mistake that the car made at all during that. What has it been? Let's see, about an hour and 20 minutes, hour and 30 minutes that we've been driving on the strip. What are your thoughts? Do you think, I mean...
It was really smooth. It was really smooth. I was surprised with the fact it hit the curb, though, because it didn't seem like that'd be that rough of a turn, but
yeah,
all in all, it was smooth.
It surprised me, too. It wasn't something that I even saw registering that it was going to happen. Usually I would take over and be like, all right, let's not let that happen.
Yeah,
so
that's what caught me off guard.
Yeah.
But I thought it made some really good decisions. I was impressed on how it handled by New York when they had that road closed down. So I thought all of it made some really good decisions.
Yeah, I was really impressed today, too. All right, thanks for coming, man. Really appreciate it.
Anytime, man. Anytime.
All right, and thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you on the next video.